Welcome to a rather nice evening in Edinburgh's New Town. Well, we're just about in the New Town. So this is Waterloo Place, and then we're looking towards Princess Street. Well, I hope you're all having a good evening. Ooh, building work going on. There's something you don't see every day. I like having a nosy. If the lights are on and there's nobody there, you can have a wee look. Yeah, I need to get my steps in. It's surprisingly warm. I've just decided I need to get out and take some more steps, and I thought I'd show you the New Town. I usually focus on the Old Town just because it's kind of the one that's on everybody's must-see list. That's the Balmoral Hotel. Traditionally the clock is set about 4 minutes fast, and that's to make sure people travelling to the train station look up, see the time and then run because they think they're going to miss their train. It's a nice tradition. It might be a bit difficult to see, but just here, this is one of the old posts that you used to be able to tie your horses to. There were more, but when they redid this bit, things disappeared. And that's the new St James's Quarter, and behind it you've got the Hotel W. Let me see. I'm just having a little. All messages visible. There we go. I didn't have the chat set properly. So this is the old GPO building. So if you see a sign that says miles to city centre, this was the city centre. It's offices now, and there's a gym. That's the National Archive across the road with the statue. That's the Duke of Wellington, Sir Arthur Wellesley. That's sculpted by Sir John Steele. Well, the Balmoral's a beautiful building. It's an old railway hotel. Underneath it's Waverley train station. And we're just looking up North Bridge. If we went up there, it would take you up to the Old Town. I'm just going to stand here because the lights have changed. Originally it was called the North British Hotel. I think we're okay to cross.
What's that you're doing?
YouTube. It's the new vertical.
New vertical?
Aye. You know how you've got your shorts feed?
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying live vertical.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm just giving it a wee bash.
Are you working for YouTube?
No, I'm just streaming.
What sort of content do you do?
Just history.
History? Boy.
I know, boring. See you later. Oops, sorry, I caught my microphone cable there. Right, I'm not sure if the chat's working or not, to be fair. I hope it is. Messages. Right. Aye, so we're just going to cross the road and walk along. We might go up into St Andrew's Square. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll go up into St Andrew's Square. Right. There we go, there's the green man on. Right, if you ever want to come to Edinburgh and do some family research, it's brilliant in the National Archive. Now, they used to do a little sort of 2-hour taster session, but you can book a table for a day and you go in, all the records are digitised. So just like to, little map to show you where we are. So we're at the east end of Princess Street. Okay. We're there. So we're just going to head up West Register Street. sure the signal's okay. Oh, there it is. Hi Sweden. Hi Pam. Really weird. I thought the chat wasn't working. I'm trying the verticliggle again. Hopefully the signal's alright. Look at this bar. It's one of the old Victorian ones, the Guildford Arms. It's really pretty inside, if you like that kind of Victorian vibe. At some point I will take you in here when it's daylight and they've stopped doing their construction, because there's a beautiful little garden at the back. So this is Gabriel's Road. See, look at the ceiling. Isn't that amazing? All the detail in there. There we go. Now, the only thing doing it this way is you can't really see what the quality of the signal is. I've got nothing on my screen to show me. Ooh, and this is a really pretty one too. Look at that. Pineapples. Yeah. Now this again is like, it's the Cafe Royal, and it's again one of these Victorian pubs. Just ignore the graffiti, but we've got an old police box here. And this square, they sometimes will do period dramas. There's been a little bit of filming here. Look at that light fitting. It's a plant, but it's a light fitting. I like that. Beautiful inside. See, that's a good thing about doing this in the dark. We get to have a nosy in windows, not get into too much trouble. There you go. Detail on the ceiling. And that takes you down to into where the bank building is. I'll show you when we get around the corner. I don't know if you can see through the window upstairs, but look at that ceiling. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, a lot of people don't realise these are here because they're right off the main road. So you have to come off Princess Street. They're kind of hidden on the way at the back there. So we're just heading into St Andrew's Square. Might go up and have a look at the bank, and then we'll cross over. Might have a little look in Tiles windows, but I'll take you along to have a look at the bank first. So lots of old bank buildings been turned into all sorts of things, hotels, pubs. This is the Chevelle, the Edinburgh Grand. Very nice. I don't know if you can see these light fittings, but they're gorgeous. And if you look up at the columns, and this is the Gleneagles Townhouse, I think it's called. And this is another former bank building. Oh, there we go. Spun that round too quickly. There we are. Just take it here so you can get the front. So this originally is meant to be where the church was in St Andrew's Square, but Lawrence Dundas actually feud the land before the church could get it, and he built his family home. And it's the only building in the new town with a front garden, because they weren't meant to have front gardens. You lost it in a game of cards, and the only way you got to keep it was to build an exact replica in Scotland Street, and then eventually it got taken over, and now it's a bank building. It's got over 120 stars cut out of the ceiling, or it was a bank building. It's getting refurbished at the moment, I think. So it was the head office of the Royal Bank of Scotland. I'm going to have to stand right back to get that in. I don't think you're going to be able to see it all. There you are. So the head office of the Royal Bank of Scotland. There is a dome at the back. The banking hall has over 120 stars cut out of it, and this was to allow as much light as possible into the building, because you could only work as long as there was daylight. Yeah. Alright, let's get across the road. We're going to have a look at tiles. It's a little bit high lethargy. It's a little bit windy. Still, it was windy earlier, but I was hoping it. But anyway, at least it's not cold. So if we're looking straight ahead, we're looking towards the old town, just so you can get your bearings. Nothing coming, we'll get across the road. So, let me see. Yeah, we're fine. Now, I can't take you into the pub because of the signal, but it's a really pretty one. I'll let you just have a look. It's called Tiles, and as soon as you look in the front door you can see why. There's lots of beautiful Victorian tiles. Oh, I'm still 5Ging. So yeah, a lovely place to go in and have a look at. Now, isn't that beautiful? We are very, very lucky, we're spoiled here. Right. So if you look in the windows, you can see all the tiles at the back on the wall. You've got different images. So these are Victorian tiles. It's kind of a lost art, isn't it? Hi Carolyn. Hi Pam. There you can see more detail. They're gorgeous. There. Oh. Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal. This plaque was unveiled on the 4th of July 2001 to commemorate the site of their offices. I'll have to come round to the other side, I can't read it. So, sorry, I've just been attacked by a bush. So to commemorate the site of the offices of the Scottish Women's Hospitals for foreign service in their voluntary, heroic and illustrious work during World War II, many of whom gave their lives in the Great War. On this day, recognition was granted to these brave women in the city of their origin. There you go. I've also got another plaque on the other side there for the suffragette movement as well. It is really pretty at night. Carolyn, this one is alive for the shorts feed. So the shorts feed is vertical, and it's for people that like to watch on their phones. So YouTube is trying out both styles. I'll still do landscape because that's what I usually do, but vertical is just for the shorts feed. I think it's so you can watch on the go. So it's just it's a new way of doing it that they're testing out. I might say, right now, I think we're going to cross over towards Sainsbury's because we should get a nice view of the Scott Monument. I'm wanting to do the same thing as this guy's doing, so I'll just come down for a second and then cross over, stand behind him, and hopefully we'll be able to get a nice view of the Scott Monument. Right, I'll just jump in while they're looking at their picture. There you go, look at that. That's worth a screenshot, is it not? So that's the Scott Monument and then the old town behind it. There. Right. I will be doing the New Town and from the East End and from the West End. I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday. On Monday I'm going for a wander and they'll all be in landscape rather than the vertical, so yeah. That was a nice picture, wasn't it? It's quite strange doing it like this because I'm not doing it through Prism. You've got to do it straight onto straight through YouTube, so you don't have any of the little bits of information and timers and whatnot.
I hope not, I really hope not.
So this statue is James Clerk Maxwell. Oh, just crossing the road, but something sounded like it was going really fast, and it was. Don't think that was doing 20 miles an hour. Right. See, that's the thing, when you come to Edinburgh you forget to look up and there's so much detail above your heads. And from here we can get a nice little look in the restaurant windows. Some really beautiful buildings. But just along here is the Dome. It's always the first restaurant or the first place to put up their Christmas decorations. And they go up in, I'm sure they go up in October. So yeah, as soon as the Dome's decorations are up, then it's okay for everyone else to put them up. So that's St George's and St Andrew's Church. It's got a cafe, and these used to hold a book fair. I'm not sure if they're still doing it. The nice thing is you can see the stained glass windows at night, you know, they're lit up. Not all the time, but so here we've got the Dome. So that was the Royal College of Physicians. I think we need to cross back onto the pavement. That's probably a better idea. In fact, from here you can kind of see in the door. On the outside of the doors, like the actual main doors to it that are folded back, you've got the serpent entwined in the staff to remind us of its original purpose. And it does have pretty lights as well. Now, that used to be the George Hotel, but I think it's changed its name to the Intercontinental. It's so pretty at night. Oh, and we've got Hard Rock Cafe. So George Street's about half a mile long. We walk to one end and go down. Back there's a mile. So you've been out for a mile walk. Right. So we've got a statue of George IV just there. Oh, and people trying to get themselves run over. There we go. Just waiting for the green man. So you can see the art gallery at the bottom, and the orange thing, that is the camera obscura. Black Sheep Coffee, that just seems to have sprung up last year. Seem to have lots of them popping up. There's another cafe. Then you've got cocktails and live music downstairs. So this is the assembly rooms. It was the largest indoor space built in Edinburgh at the time. There's all sorts of things. There's a restaurant, there's a jewellery shop. Sometimes they have ceilidhs, all different private events and things like that. It's used during the festival as well as a venue. The Alchemist across the road. So there's, you know, more expensive shops on George Street. And if we were to go through there, that would take us into Rose Street, which is like the little service street that had the shops and the cheaper accommodation when the new town was built. And if you are desperate to do karaoke, you have the karaoke room. Now this is a chain pub. This is a Wetherspoons, but it's in an old bank building. So it's got some quite nice features. The main pub part, the main bar where the banking hall was, is quite nice to look at. Now it's too dark to see, but the building across the road there has all the signs of the zodiac carved on it. I'll show you it when we're on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which way around I'm doing it. And this statue is William Pitt the Younger. He was the youngest Prime Minister Britain's ever had. He came to power at the age of 24. He introduced a temporary tax, a 7-year tax, to pay off the Napoleonic War debts. Now you can see Edinburgh Castle from here, but we're just going to cross the road. Yep. There, did that quicker because it's a zebra crossing. Oh, I can see a light coming towards me. So what is that? It's a bike. Is it? Yeah. What's the point of having cycle lanes? Oh dear. Right. Now here we have a lighthouse. There it's flashing. Did you see it flash? This is the head office of the Northern Lighthouse Commission. It's flashing again. And it did flash again for us. Excellent. So yeah, because of that lighthouse, there's never been a shipwreck on George Street. Yeah, I know that was bad. It's like the worst joke. I'm just going to go to the middle of the road so I can show you. It's a shame there's a car parked, but... So there's Freemasons Hall, and just above the entrance there you've got St Andrew. Beautiful inside as well. And then we've got Thomas Chalmers statue here. And this is Castle Street. All the names in the New Town are after the Hanoverian monarchs who were ruling at the time, except Castle Street, and you can kind of understand why, because that's the castle up on Castle Rock there. So it kind of makes sense. The first full week of the month, there is an artisan market which is held down at the bottom end there. So if you do happen to be in Edinburgh and it's within the time of the first full week, then you can go to the market, and they have some really, each time, you know, they have regulars, but they also have people that just come occasionally, so you can get yourself some nice local made items. But they also do stuff from all over the world, and they've usually got a couple of food and drink type things as well. I don't know, I thought it would be busier coming along here, but it seems quite quiet. Oh! Sorry, the ticket machine just made a noise at me. I think we'll nip across to the other side. So this is a Church of Scotland building. But we've got the Scottish Design Exchange, and that's another nice one to go in and have a look at, because you are getting Scottish makers. I can take you to the window, but they've not got any lights on, so we'll not be able to see it. In fact, there it says 300 artists and makers. It's kind of too dark, but you get the idea. So if you do, you know, you want something that's actually made here, there's places you can go. Fair trade, there you go. And this is Tiger Lily. It's a bar, restaurant and hotel. Another brasserie and bar. It's called Brown's. Oh, that's novel. I'm just going to turn around and show you that, because that was just that's an accident waiting to happen. You've got a bike and something to walk around. Optimistic to think that people are actually going to want to sit outside in February. I like their optimism there. Right. So straight ahead of us we've got Charlotte Square, which is absolutely beautiful at night, but you can see there's lots of shenanigans going on, and there's no easy way for me to get across to the other side. So I'm just going to let you see it from here. The crocus are flowering. Oh, that's gorgeous. Right. So at the far end you can make out the Hotel W. That's the thing, the twirly top building that you can see from just about everywhere. The toilets in there are lovely. I had to drop some people off there, and the toilets were really nice. Oh dear. Oh, you've got to giggle at people. Right. So you see the lovely fan lights. Now you see how you've got lights on either side of the door, these open the windows, and that's because you could be taken in by sedan chair, so you'd be carried into the house and then get out of the sedan chair. So this is the Kimpton, I think. Oops, somebody's been sick, that's not nice. So yeah, this is the Kimpton Charlotte Square. It's a nice hotel. I've picked up here and people have really raved about it. And these are the Linkhorns or the torch snuffers. The temperature tonight, I don't know, it must be about maybe 8 or 9. It's actually really warm. Because I've got my jumper on and I really shouldn't have put it on again. I just thought it would have dropped, but I've not got my gloves on either, so it's not cold. Now this is Rose Street. My signal is saying it's okay, so I'm going to try and take us along Rose Street, because when I've tried in the past I've had issues. So we'll pop along and have a look, even if it's just this one wee section. So Princess Street, George Street, Queen Street, those had the beautiful facades. Thistle Street is kind of for the, you know, the shops and the less expensive accommodation. So there you've got Rose Theatre, Edinburgh. The signal still looks like it's doing well. And then we've got Rose Street Lane North. So that's where all the back of the, like the service part is, and deliveries are done and that kind of thing. Oh dear. It's not too early to be drunk. So here we have Fierce Beer, and they've got 20 craft beers on tap. So Rose Street's got lots of pubs in it. There are places to get food, and there are some shops as well. I don't know, the Ginger Cafe. Here you go. Oh, Dirty Dicks. But when we've been in Tweeddale Court, we've seen metalwork like this. I quite like the way they've done it. Monday I found a boot, rust and nail leather. I gave it back to the sea to dance in. Tuesday, a spray of timber, worth 30 bob. Next winter, I will be a chair, a coffin, a bed. So you never stop when you're walking along Rose Street. Nobody ever stops to look at it. They just, oh, that's pretty, and keep going. But and there's Wednesday, Thursday, and here you can see Friday. Imagine being rubbered at this time of night. I suppose I'm just jealous. If I got that drunk I'd fall asleep. So this is an old police box, but it's been turned into something else, pizzas. It's a pizza pop-up at the moment. And there you've got Sunday. Oh yeah, it says pizza on the side, I should have got that. There we are. That's the last one of those. Right. Oh, pizza place there. The Rose and Crown. Alright, Sugarly Peg. A Sugarly Peg or a Sugarly Nail is a wobbly nail. I think Sugarly's quite a Scottish term. Then you've got the Black Cat, and that's Rose Street Lane South. Ooh, and the Amber Rose has got 50% off their cocktails. Now if only we could order from outside, I could sit down and have a cocktail, we could have a chat. Hi everyone, it's just joined. There we are. So that was Rose Street. Right, and that brings us back out to Castle Street. And just down here is where the market usually is. First week of the month. First full week, that is. Okie dokie. Well, thank you for joining me on our little stroll around. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll maybe see you on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday because I've got live streams then. So if you go onto my channel, you can click to get the reminders. But when you set the reminder, remember to allow the reminder in your app or it won't send it to you. And subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be great. Bye. Oh, there we go. Couldn't find the button.